Hello everybody, Klaire Fluffle here, and I just lost my house. No worries though, I'm living the high fancy life in the doghouse. Sorry about the reverb, these walls aren't made for recording, just playing. But I have so much fun making videos for you guys, it's almost like I'm playing with all of you. Okay, but really, I'll get rid of this reverb now, sorry. Whether or not you own a home or a doghouse, money is always something you need to worry about. It's what makes gaming such a dangerous hobby. Even if you game responsibly and opt for affordable options, like giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel if you enjoy it, especially since only 50% of my viewers are even subscribed, sad puppy face. Games are expensive. $60, going on $70 now, is not cheap. That's what makes free-to-play games so appealing, until you realize, aw dang, these basically cost money. There's no way you can actually beat these free games for free, right? While there are many free-to-play games you can finish for free simply by waiting out things like cooldown periods that exist just to hold you back from doing anything, Kirby's actually got 2 free-to-play games, both of which cost $0 to beat. But how, you may ask? Well, speedrunning, of course. It's me we're talking about here. What else do you think I was gonna say? For real though, these games, we'll only be talking about Super Kirby Clash, but the same applies to its 3DS brethren, can be beaten without spending a single dollar. If you'd like to learn a speedrun and have a game that you can download and win for free, here's an introduction. Before moving on though, watching my videos on YouTube for free, it really helps out more than you'd ever imagine. But if you have lots of pup you love to share, consider becoming a pup train on Patreon, linked in the description. You do get neat perks for it, including early access to all videos such as this one. Special thanks to my head-patting Fluffle fan pup trains, Biohazard, Tyke, the serval that likes strawberry Pop-Tarts, Lydia Scribe, Vilafar, and the 4 best game is super cool and awesome and stuff. I love you all. So what's the magic trick to clearing this game for free? And what science allows such trickery to go unnoticed by that greedy Magalore? Well, Dr. Heelmore sees no use, so it's not science. Sorry. Similar to most Kirby speedruns, there are consistent strategies that carry over from the beginning of the game to the very end. But before getting into those, I wanted to talk about the first battle, as you use an ability you only ever see in that first battle. You know it, probably love it, gives puppy a headache. It's Sword! Sword in this game is actually pretty good. It dominates ILs, or individual levels, but for actually clearing the game normally, it struggles. You can do this jumping slam, bam, wham attack for some quick damage, but despite looks, it has like 10,000 years of end lag on it. It takes some time to get used to, but if you can clear this with a silver medal or higher by using this method, I feel like you'll be fine for a good chunk of the early game. Despite what that may or may not lead you to believe, though, you're done with Sword after this. Poof! Wham! Blammo! It's gone. See ya! From here, it's all about Hammerlord. Let's go! In the main series games, we all know Hammer as the dominant boss killer, so to many of you, this may not come as a surprise. What may surprise you is the attack that you need to use the most in order to win fast. It's not Hammer Flip, before anyone says anything. I guess that you do use Hammer Flip sometimes when bosses are just standing around invincible for a while, not doing anything. But you don't use it enough to where it's like the single move that crushes the game. Hammer Flip is the cherry on top, not the actual ice cream sundae. Which is good. It means I don't have to say anything like, you hammer, flip the ice cream sundae over on its head. This is a victory for good, trust me. No, the move that you dominate the whole game with is Hammer's aerial dash attack, Ultra Giant Swing. Dash attacks in Kirby being good, that's nothing new, but Ultra Giant Swing being good specifically may come as a surprise. In the main series games, if it's not Hammer Flip that's really good, regular Giant Swing is the go-to, since it's a lot faster. So why are you going to use Ultra Giant Swing? Is it my Kirby Superstar Ultra bias? I mean, kinda, yeah, but it's also because of how dealing damage works in this game compared to the others. The main series uses much smaller numbers for its damage. For example, Hammer Flip in Triple Deluxe deals around 80 damage. It's very strong, very good, all that nice stuff. In Super Kirby Clash, you obviously have levels to worry about, but at max, it can deal 300,000. Yeah. In the case of the giant swings, a regular giant swing hits once and can be used twice in a single short hop. You basically always want to do short hops so that you can deal damage faster. The sooner you land, the sooner you can do the attack again, you know? Anyway, Ultra Giant Swing does 3 hits, and you can still do it twice in a short hop, resulting in 6 hits. And now, granted, 2 of the hits are a little bit lesser in terms of damage, but the strong heat is stronger than what you get from a regular Giant Swing. And, of course, given how crazy the damage numbers get in this game to begin with, it should come as no surprise that this is the way to go. It's so good, in fact, that you largely don't have to worry about what the CPUs do. You mostly want them in Hammerlord anyway, it deals the most damage, but your strats aren't changed by RNG or anything like that. In fact, even the boss fights follow exact patterns, so if you know what to expect, you can follow a strategy to a T. The first Parallel Nightmare fight works as such. You can see in the footage how I'm planning my hammer flips in advance to deal optimal damage. Knowing where he's gonna go and strategically attacking is super satisfying, by the way. Now, there are a lot of specifics that go into these fights in a speedrun setting. Some of these are optional. For example, I'm never going for Team Meteor unless I have to, because that takes a while. If you're not speedrunning, it's not as big of an issue, although for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume that you are, and say that unless you have to, Team Meteor, stinky stink! Meanwhile, getting the good book of the Hammerlord, I am legally obligated to tell you that it is called the Hammerlord Codex Volume 1, is absolutely essential, since nothing is going to be dealing as much damage as Hammerlord is. Getting more and more rewards just for using Hammerlord is like asking if you should give me head pats. You always want to, and there is never any downside. Now about those head pads. No. I'm here on business. We'll worry about that later. For now, one very notable concern with learning and doing the speedrun is save data. If you want to get better at the speedrun, you need to, start the game from scratch every single time. Sounds like a lot of bad things to have to reset your save data so constantly. Well, there are some workarounds. What I recommend most is just making a second Nintendo account and putting that on your Switch. It's free, it's easy, and it allowed me to be European for this video. Right, I won't keep up with this accent any longer. I'm not even sure if it's accurate. I was gonna actually do British, I don't know what came out. Anyway, you can also back it up to your Switch Cloud storage and reload saves from there if you have Switch Online. Speedrunners of all kinds use this for their games. It's nearly required for categories like Return Deluxe Extra or Merry Magaland 100 Missions, for example. Of course, I should also note that everything I'm saying in this video is for a regular any % speedrun. The world record sits at a bit over an hour, with the ending happening after the final battle. By final, I mean, spoilers by the way, the King D-Mind fight. Basically, the first time you see the credits. Obviously, there is a lot of game left after this point, but actually getting to King D-Mind gets you a lot of EXP, materials, gem apples, so on and so forth. You can easily clear a huge chunk of the game at this point, and even if you need to grind materials for some quests, earlier boss fights are gonna be a breeze. Even Healmore can Platinum Medal most of them, I'm sure. We don't have any runs for an all quests category just yet, so the jury's out on how long that'd take, but experienced runners are convinced that it's possible without spending a single cent. As somebody who's, well, spent over $100 on this game, that makes me very happy. Because of all this, Super Kirby Clash itself is in kind of a weird spot. The game wants you to spend money. Magalore, of course, encourages you to, like the scum that he is. I love him so much. And unless you're experienced in that speedrun, you're likely gonna at least feel like you have to spend. However, there's something so alluring about being able to beat it for free, especially given how skill-oriented of a speedrun this is. It's all about knowing how to cheese the game, having the skill to break the game, and the strategies and know-how to make sure you can pull it all off. As a speedrun, it's fun, but as a free game that lets you test your skills to their absolute limit, I can't recommend learning Super Kirby Clash any % enough. If you already have a Switch, casual or not, there's no reason not to. It's free. Well, if you don't like the game, then I guess that's another reason you don't have to. But like, it's free. There's no money required. Pouting puppy. Anyways, I've got no time to pout, for more videos need to be made. They likely won't have any money-saving tips on them like this one, but I'll hopefully see you for whatever that next video may be. I have been Claire, thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye!